Okay, so today we'll be looking at the most important thing which you need to do. The first and foremost thing which you need to do when you make a server, which is backup of your software. I cannot stress how important backups are. Backups have saved my ass a lot of times. Okay, if you don't have a backup of a backup of a backup, you have not lost your data yet. Backups are easily the most important thing which you have to do when you have a server. Okay, so we are going to be looking at backup solutions today. So what we'll be looking at today is something called so Copia. What it does is this is open source, and Copia is mostly known for snapshots. So what do you mean by snapshots? This one. So what I mean when I say a snapshot is when you have a particular data and then let's name it V1 and then you change the data after some time and it becomes V2 and then you change it again, it becomes V3. Now when you back up this data somewhere, how do you keep on saving these kind of versions? You can't just make a zip file saying v1.zip and then save it here and then v2.zip and then save it here, v3.zip, so on. You can't do that because this will keep on increasing in size. We don't want that. Also, when you want to know what are the changes, what is the diff between v1 and v2, you can't do that like automatically. You have to go through it manually and sort it. That's where snapshotting comes. So tools like Copia, what they do is they look at your storage and then they take a snapshot of it. That is how the name came. And then they store it here. And then once they store it at one location, and then in the next time when we tell it to snapshot, it would have become V2. And it takes a snapshot again and it automatically only saves the files which have been modified or deleted or added from the first version to the second version, and it only saves those files in the second snapshot. So your file size is essentially the same. If it is x and x plus y, your total file size would still be x plus y only. It won't be x plus y, as is the case with backups like this. And if you want to go, you can browse these kind of backups and only take out the files which you want, right? And that is very useful for me. And one more thing with snapshots is you can encrypt it. It automatically deduplicates itself, and it is very useful. So Copia is one of the industry leading tool here. So I'll be using Copia. Copia has a CLI, it has a GUI. GUI still doesn't have all of the features which CLI has. So for example, if you want to see actual difference between a version and another version, you can't actually do that with GUI, but you can do that with CLI. But it's not that big of a difference. You will just take the latest snapshot. So since Copia does not keep on duplicating data, it deduplicates the data, so we can keep the frequency as closely spaced as possible. Even if you want to do hourly also, it doesn't matter because there is no extra space constraint for you. It will only store the changes. So we'll be looking at how to keep Copia today. Uptime is 21 days. Let's go. Okay. So I'll just demonstrate what my higher level plan is. So I have a 1 TB drive. I have a 2 TB drive, which is my main drive, and mm, I have a 500 GB drive. Okay, so as of now, what I want to do is this has all of my data. I want to take a snapshot of this data and store it in 1 TB drive. Okay, and if that becomes successful, then I'll store it in a 500 GB drive. Because 1 TB drive is a little bit old, 500 GB drive is new, but I don't want to cause any kind of uh, danger to my data because 500 GB already has some of my old data. So if something happens before I back up and finish this process, I still want this copy to kind of fall back on. Okay. So first I'll do that. If they're successful, then I'll go to the 500 GB drive, and then this is somewhere else. But wherever I am there, I have a 2 TB drive with me offsite. So once this is also done, I will also back it up to this drive. So this will complete the 3-2-1 strategy. This 3-2-1 strategy is the most important strategy which you need to know when you're backing up stuff. 3-2-1 may 3 means you need to have 3 copies of your data in reliably 2 different formats. Preferably one should be offsite. So I have 3 different copies of my data. My server, my 500 GB drive, and my 2 TB drive in 2 different formats. I'm not able to finish this now because SSD prices are crazy. They are just mad in this economy. I'll do that afterwards when I have enough money. And one offsite is fulfilled by this one. Okay, so this would be my main thing, is what I'm thinking of. Okay, so first, what we have to do, we have to format this drive because I know there is nothing which is useful here. How to format a drive in Debian CLI? Sudo fdisk -l. This is a command just to list disks. Okay, so we can see our disk is more this one. Okay, because you can see it is Microsoft Basic Data, means it is NTFS, and this is also NTFS, New Technology File System. This one is our drive, STA. Okay, fine, fair. Okay, good. Use the mkfs command to format the drive with any file system you would like. In this example, we are using ext4. This would be correct. sudo make file system is what it stands for, mkfs. Hyphen t, we want it to be ext4, and this would be dev slash sta, right? Because sta. Okay, we'll try. Proceed. Okay, so this is saying it's done. So we'll see again. And now this is showing nothing. Why is this showing nothing? Wow. STA became ext4 now. Okay. STA. How to check a disk? How to check a disk for file system errors in Linux? ext4. This is very good. E2FSCK. FSCK is file system check. In force mode slash dev slash sta would be correct, right? Yes. Sudo apt install. Okay. Enable by. ext2 file system check. It works seamlessly with the ext4 also. Okay, fine. Should we try with sudo? Oh damn. Nice. Nice. Very good. What does this mean? Zero non-contiguous memory. Is this correct or no? Okay. Very nice. Okay, this is unmounted, right? Because this does not have any mounted command like here, right? Very good. So now we mount. Sudo mcdir -p slash mount slash first. We will list what all are there in mount. And I think we need sudo for this. Backup drive, old server. So sudo mount slash del. Look, we will see now. Device and mount point. Okay, okay. Okay. Device and mount point, right? Sudo mount device is dev dev sta and mount point would be mount backup drive. Yes. So now we cd into backup drive. Very good. Very good. Okay. So this would be our main thing right now. Okay. So now we download Copia. How do we download Copia for Debian? Okay. There is no GPG, damn. GPG generally for seeing the integrity of the downloaded files. So if we know how good the files are, मतलब they are not affected by man-in-the-middle attacks, then we have a GPG signing key with it, and they provide the public key. So even after we download, if the public key and the key which is in the binary get matched, it means the installer is completely valid and it has not been meddled with and it is free to use and safe to use. So having GPG is important in some ways because sometimes it can still be affected. Here we are adding Copia's repositories to Debian and then making sure we are updating it so that when we do sudo apt install it also checks in these particular repository also, which is packages.copia.io/apt. Okay, very good. So now I think we should just install. Yeah, sudo apt install copia and copia you will download both. Hmm. Okay. Why does this ask me so much? Copia UI. I don't think we need copia UI. Nope. So sudo apt install copia is enough, right? Very good. Very good. Okay. After we download this, so generally whatever I do, I run a service through Docker. But only for Copia, I'm not doing that because Copia is much more integrated with the file system and it has to access things like slash mount and backup drives and everything else. So I don't know. I don't want to use it for that because sometimes things may occur. Sometimes there might be permissions which may not be given to Docker, but which will be given to system packages. Oh yeah, right. So now we have to see how to get started. We have to create a repository, correct? Okay, repository is the place where you store your snapshots, right? It is not the place where you have the data to store the snapshots. It is the place where you're storing the snapshots. So our repository should technically be at mount slash backup drive, right? Okay. Remember your repository password and keep it secure. Okay. As an example, if you want to create a repository locally mounted, you would run the following. Okay? So copy a repository, create file system path would be mount backup drive. Yes. Permission denied. You saw this? They did 10 retries. Why? We'll see with sudo. We'll see us. See, directly worked. How did it work directly? So I want to do one thing. First, I want to go and delete this lost plus found, right? It's not something which should run in sudo. That's why. Okay, so sudo rm lost plus found. Okay, so now this should work. Yeah, now it's working. See, that's all. Enter password. Okay, be very careful here. Why permission denied? Why? Hmm. Sudo sound. Why is this showing permission denied? No, it has something to do with the permissions of mount drive and the user who owns it. These are the details. Yeah, because I can't know everything. We'll figure out while we are learning. Because my main thing is I can see here it is root, so it is owned by root. Shouldn't be the case always, at least for things like this. But it has to be owned by the user. Like, for example, see here. Yeah, all of these are users, right? Switchblade. Switchblade is the user who owns ch own this. Ch own owner colon group. Do one thing now. we'll see. See, now it is Switchblade. It means that directory is owned by Switchblade now. So now if you try to do this again, see it worked. I know, bro. I just know. Okay, fine. Copia will check for updates on GitHub every 7 days, starting 24 hours after the first use to disable this behavior. Retention, annual 3, monthly 24, weekly 4, daily, hourly, latest. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, every 1 hour and full maintenance every 24 hours. Very good. Damn, I have to see whether. Because they're running concurrency test, right? I'm worried if my CPU usage can increase. Copia, see? I knew. I have to know why this Camufox thing is also running. I know Camufox is an AI agent के लिए एक web browser, but I want to know. Okay, all good, and not much increase in CPU. Fine. Like they also say the same thing. Sudo chown switchblade switchblade. I know switchblade's user ID is 1000, so I just type that. Fine. Okay, we created a repository. Now connecting to the repository. Then connect as many computers as you would like to the same repository even simultaneously. So can I connect? Uh, uh, I don't know. Okay, fine. Can I use my computer to connect? Is what I want to find out. Sudo pacman. Is there pacman support? What CashOS? Should we just make? Damn. Should we? But I remember that making can be hard on your CPU. I don't know. Yay. So instead of Ye, we'll use Paru. Okay? Paru FNS sync copia. There. Now it will show me package build. Oh damn. Okay, so copia is available now. Okay. Copia connect. Copia repository connect file system path. Very good. Ah, fine. Copia Copia, connect, sorry, copia, repository, connect, file system, path would be mount backup drives. Yes, I have connected. Copia snapshot create. So why I'm saying policy is before I want to create a snapshot, what actually I want to do is I can see that these are all the things which are running on my server. And whenever you try to snapshot something which is already running as a Docker container, it is very difficult. So no, it is very dangerous because it is snapshotting on files which are changing live. So what I want to do is I want to add a hook, which is a type of script which runs before you do anything. So I want to add a pre-hook and a post-hook to these backups, where the pre-hook would go to the directory and do Docker Compose down. It will stop the container, and then it will back up all of the data, and then I want to have a post commit hook which brings it back up. So Docker Compose up. So that is there, and that you have to configure as a policy. So that policy is something which I'm seeing now. Okay. And only compress after snapshot CCC before folder. Asked before snapshot root action command. Okay, this is something which I wanna do. Okay. First, when snapshot something which is like normal. So copia policy set. So we'll go to uh, services, toggle, copia policy set hyphen before snapshot root cd home switch player services browser and docker compose down. After snapshot root cd home switch player services browser and Docker compose up-d. Okay, so I want to see if this will be checked or not. Okay, you have to snapshot root action. Okay, sorry. Root action. Action. This also I'll just get the whole directory. Whole switch layer services and then process. What happened? Okay, so once I want to see when is a Docker container dozer 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 okay, dorsal is up for 2 weeks, right? So if we create a snapshot now, then this should run, right? Okay, so now we do just sudo copia snapshot create. Okay, copia snapshot create for nothing happened. Still 2 weeks. Okay, copia. why did I get this? I want to run those two commands as hooks before and after a snapshot directory is created. Okay, so first we disconnect them. Copia repository disconnect. Where is this given? Where is this given? You tell me. Can I do that? I want to do that. Was it the APS error? No, this is not the correct thing. Okay, so this may be true. SFTP password. This would be revealed now. 1 minute. Private key data. What's to private key? File for SFTP. I just want to check this. Okay, 1 second. Okay, yes, it is working. So all I had to do was use this particular command. Copy a repository, connect SFTP, path, host, username, and then I had to add an SFTP password thing also, which is this one. And I also needed to add a known hosts, which is this one. Once I added this, it just showed connected, and then as you can see, I can list all the Copia snapshots and by Switchblade Trixie, which is my server, and I'm still in my CacheOS thing only. Okay, very good, very nice. So I just do Copia repository disconnect. That's good. Yeah. So now I can't. Okay, very good. Okay. If I repository connect file system, enable actions. Okay. From now we can enable actions, right? So Copia create first Copia policy list. This is a policy, okay, and that is that policy. Copia. Okay. So now, is there any way I can see the policies which are there? Policy, policy. Need to see policies. Policies. This one. Policy show. Target. It's a particular policy. Copia policy show. Okay, damn. Retention law, find policy, ignore cache rule law, error handling law, scheduling law, upload compression disabled splitter. Okay, run command before snapshot root. Command cd run command after snapshot root. Tdd. Very good. So now it is the time for the truth to see whether this will work or not, because this should become up 2 weeks, should become normal now. Okay. This thing also should change. This thing should change. Okay. Copia. I forgot the thing. Create snapshot. Copia. Copia, snapshot, create. So, damn, CD is not found in path. Wow, wow. This is something I need to see. If CD is not there, then I'm dead, bro. Copia, policy, hooks, set, CLI, hooks. Run the command ever a specific folder is snapshotted. Okay, so this is wrong then. SH, bro. Okay, damn. It takes my time. 11 seconds. Now 16 seconds. 21, 26. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, I set the wrong snapshot. I set the wrong policy. For folder action. After folder action. Mm, that is wrong, right? Okay. Yes, it's taking so much time. I didn't take so much time. Snapshot root. Ah, I have to delete a policy. Policy delete, please. Copy and policy delete. Thank you. Okay. Now we run the snapshot thing. Okay. We see whether to 3 minutes, right? CD executable file not found on path. Why? Why? Oh, oh, okay. Then better thing would be, or just make policies for everything. Better maintainability and login. Okay, then. Wait. Should I? Okay, what is the default one? No, I think setting your policy separately without making a script file would be right. Because I don't want to do everything. Take like, Okay, fine. Very good. Please work. Very good. Very good. Nice. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So all of these things you have to write in an obsidian, right? This will come in random commands. Copia commands. Connect to copia. Copia repository. Connect. Wait. After that, policy setting folder. Go on to snapshot. Create snapshot. Should be yes. Done. So now I have to create policies for everything, right? I was thinking I'll do with Vault Warden, right? That is very important, okay? Alright. Nice. Okay, done. Now, copia, snapshot, create. Okay, this is the final statistical summary. Okay, fine. Okay, so now there is a big thing which you need to do. Um, oh, 1 second. Okay, fine. So Copia is working as of now, and if I want to see on the snapshots, I can just look into the flatpak of Copia. How do I download Copia UI? Mm, okay. Oh, damn. Opia UI bin. Okay. Oof. Okay, so if I do this for other services, like for example, Manlo, we do it for a particularly important one, which is 4Q. What I wanted to know is, can I also give pseudo privileges to this? Because 4Joe has some database content like Postgres, and they might not get snapshotted. That's why. If it is not pseudo, asking the pseudo, right? Is there any way I can give it pseudo access automatically as the Postgre databases in 4Joe need pseudo access? Oh damn. Oh, okay. So to connect to a repository, we connect to damn, no such post. I will look into this later. See, as you can see, it is owned by 999. Yeah. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. So this is very good. So Docker compose. Down. Very good. Now it is still this. Okay, but there is an RX here. Okay, we will see. And the same thing we need to do for image also. We'll just verify this fast, whether this will work or not. And this is something which you need to save in a good way in your Obsidian. Okay, very good. Hmm. Fine, so we just set the policy now, and we'll wait for Forza to start setting. Okay, very good. I will just do copy a snapshot create. Both. Hmm, very bad. This did not work. Damn, it is taking a long time. Oh damn, oh damn. CPU usage is gonna skyrocket. 3.9. Eee, it's a lot. What the hell? I didn't, right? Why is it like this? What? Okay, okay. Very bad. Oh damn, see, 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 see. 'See? 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 is too valuable. Okay, so now we'll run this also. Lower compose down. We'll run this. Um, Set faculty. Set FACL, not faculty. Okay. Oh damn. Okay, damn. ACL. Um, why is my server dying? Uh, Chromium. Why is Chromium running in the background? Damn. MU. DMU. Oh damn. There is a plus. There is a X. Damn. It is persisting. So this plus is still there. RX is gone now. Maybe, just maybe. Never, I don't know. Oh, okay, okay, fine, fine. Copia, create, copia, snapshot, create. Please, 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 please. Nope, it did not work. Just forget this. I'll cover this in the next session. But for now, uh, for things like your password manager or for things like, I don't know, other things which have databases other than Postgres because only Postgres has this weird error. This is the way. This is the way. Connect to the Copia repository, you set this particular policy, and then you create the snapshot. That's it. And then you can see all of your snapshots by saying Copia snapshot list. Copia snapshot list. And you can see here, right? For this nozzle directory, this is the snapshot. For Forjo directory, these two are the snapshots. They are in red because they have one error. For Trixie, for Vault Warden, there is this snapshot. Yeah, that's it then. I'll cover this in the next video. Bye.